think of me since I'm so far? Would you even see me?
Hello and welcome to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi, with All Things Couture, and I am joined here with my lovely co-host.
Happy Saturday, guys. It's Shar Unlocked, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle.
It is Shartia Love Jones.
I was wondering because I was like, can I just call you Miss Love Jones? Yes. Can we do Miss Love Jones?
Absolutely.
I like
it's
that.
too close to Shar.
Yeah. Y'all names are literally like a letter different.
Mm-hmm.
It's that late
like
70s
Miss
thing.
Love Jones.
Yes.
Miss Love Jones in the building, our special guest co-host
Yes.
joining us. How we feeling today?
I am toe amazing.
Is the toe good?
Baby, the toe is amazing. The toe is good. I took the boot off 1 week early.
Hey.
And I've had no issues.
I love that.
Salute to the toe.
Salute to the
We're
toe.
finally getting it together.
Let's go toe.
Yes.
I thank the toe for being gracious. I
you.
thank the toe for the healing.
Yes.
And I thank the toe that I don't have to wear that big ugly boot that is not designer friendly.
They don't have the Louboutin boots for you, Shar.
Well, I had one Louboutin. I was hopping along.
And
I was going to break the other toe. Yeah. So what I did was when I went out, I put one heel on and one boot.
No, I mean, they don't have the
No,
medical
they don't.
ones.
Now,
You
that
gotta-
would be dope. Maybe that's something we should think about. Business venture.
There we go.
Feel a need, huh?
Feel the need.
There it is. So we have a great show today. It is a beautiful Saturday.
Yes.
It is. Fire them grills up.
Come on,
Throw some
Chicago.
carrots on there. I'll be through. Carrots and potatoes.
That's all you put on the grill?
What else am I gonna put on
She
there?
said throw the carrots
Little
on there.
mushrooms.
Little mushrooms, I've had broccoli on the grill
Yeah,
before.
some asparagus.
I've had asparagus on the
Yeah.
grill
Vegetables,
before.
skewers.
Yeah.
a little
With the veggies. I'm just
situation.
saying, clean my corner, keep the meat away from it,
Oh, yeah. You got to clean
And-
the grill first.
and have my veggies right
And
there.
then
and
let
I'm
me
there.
tell you what I do, like back when I was poor in college, the veggies. So when I'm not feeling full because I'm missing not eating meat,
Mhm.
barbecue sauce on the veggies and eat those suckers like
Of course, that's what it is with
like it's a
anything.
piece of chicken.
You got to have the sauce and the seasoning. Nobody is really out here just eating meat with no season. Well, I ain't gonna go that far because some people don't season. But however, I'm savor the flavor.
Savor the flavor.
I'm with savor and the flavor. So you got to season them vegetables. You have to season and use some sauces, and I'm all with it. But yes, it is a beautiful Saturday.
Yes, it is.
I am excited. We have some amazing guests joining us shortly. We do have the bilingual Betty Keish the Dream joining us.
I love that.
The bilingual Betty.
The bilingual Betty.
Oh, okay.
And
What-
we're going to find out all about it.
I was going to say, how many languages does she speak?
Well, at least 2 because she's bilingual. right?
Bilingual, exactly. What language is it? But she'll tell us.
Oh, okay. Well, I was almost spilled the beans. That was almost out there.
Almost toe.
But we're
I almost
gave it up. You know what? So I'm not going to. We'll let her introduce her other languages she speaks, and we also will be joined with a love doctor going to fix all our love lives this Saturday. Donna Williams of her company is called Leveled Up University.
Yes.
Let's
And
go.
she supports all the businesses. And I'll let her tell you because I was getting ready to
Look,
get
you
into
about to
it.
give it up
You
too.
about to give it up
too. You know, we're so
Excited.
proud of our guests
Yeah.
and we want to promote them that we're getting ahead of ourselves. So
Yeah.
yes, I can't wait for her to tell you about it. I just saw the little pink Bentley driving past and I'm calling her like, hey,
Wrong way. Turn it around.
yes.
So that's exciting. I do have some events I want to get into really, really quick, ladies, real quick. On Sunday, April 13th, which is coming up quickly, there's an Easter, I'm going to mess this up, etiquette.
Etiquette.
That-
No, that's
Etiquette.
right.
It's etiquette, but it's etiquette.
Etiquette. That's right.
Social and dining etiquette class.
Hmm.
Okay, this is from 1 to 3 p.m. for ages 4 to 7, and ages 8 to 14 is from 4 to 6 p.m. There's only 12 slots. I don't know how many are left, but you can registration is required. You can go to vintageplacesettings.com for more information or call 773-876-7674. That's a tongue twister. Again, 773-876-7674.
That is a tongue
Okay.
twister.
Yes, it is.
And that is by Vintage Place Settings. And she also has another event coming up, which is a teen interview etiquette class on April 19th. Again, registration is required. Go to vintageplacesettings.com and sign up for that. That is to teach your teenagers how to behave in an interview and score an interview. So she has these etiquette programs, which I believe are amazing and so needed. And she's actually going to be joining us next month as a guest. So wanted
I
to
love that.
lead
I love
into that.
I love that. Those interviews are very helpful when scholars are trying to get into these universities or into the high schools as well. So interviewing across the board, that's awesome because those interview techniques help in the schools as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So back in the day, when I was younger, we went to, it wasn't called etiquette classes then. It was called, I forgot.
Rotary Club?
No, it wasn't Rotary Club. I got to ask my mom what it was called. It was classes on how to walk with grace and poise, the dining experience, the different things you do in the dining experience. It was, it taught you how to, as we grew older, walk with moderate heels and smaller heels. It taught you the Kersey T, how to take a picture. So it was, it wasn't called etiquette classes. I forgot what it was called.
That's a full-on image class, right?
Oh,
there.
it was, but I was in it.
But that's beautiful, yeah.
I'm a girly girl because of it. Well, probably because I was going to be a girly girl anyway, but yeah. My mom probably just played up what I, fed into who I was.
Yeah. So yeah, I think these are very important for our youth. So definitely get in touch with Vintage Place Setting. And she also has, so VPS Vintage Place Setting, she actually does rental of fine dining wear. So fine china, like you want to have a fancy get together, a tea party, anything like that. She's got all of that stuff available. And I do have another event that I want to talk about, and that is on, that's the same day, you guys. Yep, that's also on April 19th, and that is the Daddy Daughter Sneaker Ball at Casey's Banquet Hall, 17800 Lorenz Avenue in Lansing.
Yay.
That is brought to you by the Kaya Moore Foundation. For more information, or if you're looking to sponsor, 708-265-1792, or go to www.kayamorefoundation.org. And I heard Ms. Love Jones is going to be hosting that thing.
Yes, I am. I'm so excited about this event. Celebrating daddies, daughters, the love, and just bringing the light to what's going on in the foundation. The foundation is founded upon the principles of supporting those who have experienced bullying. And Kaya is the young child who experienced the bullying, and she's the person that this is for. So to raise money for constantly putting the press out to not have these things happen in the schools. And then when it does, what happens and how to support the scholars that experience it, because it's really, really huge, especially with the social media. And, it's not only just in person now. So I love the cause. I love the event. And I'm really excited. DJ L is the DJ. And we're about to have a really good time. So
that's amazing. I thought we were y'all thought we were only out here empowering entrepreneurs. We're empowering the youth too, guys.
Yes,
the youth
absolutely.
too. And then I seen another event coming up May 17th.
Okay.
It's going to be a book signing event, the first stop to somebody's book signing tour at the cafe where grown folks play.
Yes.
At 17553 Kedzie Avenue in Hazel Crest. This is a coffee shop and game lounge.
Wait, say that again. Say the title again.
The cafe where grown folks play.
That's a very provocative. I think I like that title.
Yeah.
That name.
It's amazing. I'm literally there probably 3 times a week supporting the atmosphere. It's a beautiful atmosphere. And literally it's a cafe where grown folks play. They have games. So if you want to play chess, if you want to play checkers, if you want to play cards, you can go into a room and play. If you want to have a nice latte, a nice lunch, breakfast, there's a seating area to read. It's really a beautiful event space. And so since I'm always there, I was like, I might as well kick my,
that's
tour off right
exciting.
here.
So
And it's very mature, very calming. The ambiance is very pleasant.
Did you say mature?
Yes.
No, you can't use mature.
Why?
Because my sons say mature when he's
geez.
referencing older people.
Well, it is a cafe where grown folks play. It kind of is.
Well, grown folks, but not older.
Focus on the pleasant part. She said it's
Pleasant
pleasant.
part.
Okay.
Oh, when he says mature, he means
Yeah.
a little bit.
So, it's always
more-
like, Mom, it's the more like your kind, the more mature crowd. And I'm like, really?
They have a different language because I have a 15-year-old that'll be a 16-year-old in a week. And the things that they say, we literally have different definitions for. So I totally understand what you're saying, where we have it to mean one thing and they have it to mean another. It is very,
They
very
can't just
interesting.
change the English language.
Man, they are really
Excuse, where you been?
So do you get the shorthand like when you get text messages?
Oh no. So that would provoke me to having a conversation,
Mhm.
or when they were a little younger, they would have to write something from the Bible so that I'd understand that they understand how to write. I paid too much for education.
Mhm.
So I can't do the shorthand. And when they give me the shorthand, they don't want to be bothered with me. So they text.
So they do the full.
So I tell them practice makes perfect. So you can't do that
Mhm.
I see, and you can't do that. You sound like you're
I'm
uneducated.
not sure what you're talking about.
See, I like the
Yeah.
acronyms, but
I
I'm
can't keep
a
up.
millennial, so we LOL was our thing. We started it. So
Well,
I'm with it.
LOL is good.
I mean, I get excited to figure out what it is before somebody else tells me, or I may have to sound it out and be like,
So
I
we forget-
balance it out. I meet him where he is because I need him to keep me abreast, and because I'm still in the schools, I kind of get it. So I balance it out. But when it gets to be too much, I'm like, now listen, you have shorthanded the shorthand. I need you to explain what it is that you're saying. However, it is very interesting.
So I'm the auntie where I'm the good auntie.
You
where
see,
I'm the baby. They tell me all the secrets.
yes,
They
you gotta
do.
have that
They
auntie.
tell me the secrets. They correct me on my language, or they say, you can't say that. So the kids don't keep me straight and narrow.
Mhm.
My nieces and
Nieces.
nephews do.
Do
Yes.
they pause you? Do they hit you with the pause?
Yes, they hit me with the
got you. All
pause.
right, you on pause. Yeah, we got
Jesus.
the pause
But
situation.
when you're in trouble, don't talk that shorthand or
That's
write that
right.
shorthand with me.
100%.
don't send it. What is it? ALR? Don't ALR me.
No.
we need some words,
So,
communications.
If you want to, if I'm upset and I'm talking to you seriously and you shorthand
Right.
me, you want the aunt to pull up, I'm going to pull up.
That's
It's
it.
the equivalent of just getting a K or a thumbs up.
Baby, don't do that. But
Absolutely.
we're going to be at the Bead Bar June 21st.
Bead Bar, Chicago. I'm excited about that, guys.
Yeah, I'm
I
excited too.
am excited about that. We had, refresh my memory because it's going to blank. Monique Smith. There it is.
Yes.
The bus was late, but it pulled up. We heard the brakes, guys. Heard the brakes.
The shorthand, right?
It was pulling up. We had Monique Smith on from the Bead Bar Chicago, and you guys, she's doing some innovative new stuff that we haven't seen. I haven't seen where she called it kind of like a paint sip, but it's not, because you're not painting, but you are sipping, and you're creating jewelry with crystals, with
I love
intention.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
And she has
So-
Tequila Tuesday, which is amazing.
and
The energy
tacos
and tacos.
Yeah.
You
Tequila
can't go
and
wrong.
tacos.
That's awesome.
Can't
June
go wrong.
21st.
June 21st.
Okay.
The
We'll-
Super Business Women's Show is there.
Yeah, we're going to be there making bracelets and
Ooh,
everything.
that sounds
You know,
like
and she said she was
fun.
going to be bringing back the waist beads, because I need
We're
some-
in time
yeah,
for the waist beads.
we're in
That's the
time for
reason
the
why
waist
we
beads.
deferred it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll do the waist beads.
Okay.
And I bought new waist beads today.
see it's nice outside, so I'm
some
getting
home.
I'm getting prepared to start taking my walks and stuff.
Mhm.
And as long as some
To get
cicadas
your walks.
don't come out.
Oh, I am so. Oh,
So Lexi, speaking of waist beads, every time I thought about waist beads today, and I was like, Lexi probably had on waist beads when she was getting pregnant with twins.
I had waist beads on, and then they fell, so I had
that's good.
so I needed to get new ones. And then
Absolutely.
winter came, and it wasn't no waist beads, but I do this annually, so I'm excited.
because when they get up here, you know.
Yeah,
what's happening.
yeah. So I'm excited now that I'm like, okay, I can walk and stuff. I can move around now, and I can get my waist beads back on.
That's
So
dope.
Lexi's not having twins, Shar, but thanks for again plotting on my uterus.
So Lexi comes in with this glow, and we like, what the
Oh.
heck happened the night before this
Uh-oh.
morning?
Uh-oh.
See,
Some
I
situations.
I told them I've had this glow my whole life. I don't know what
Some
to tell
days she's
you.
glowed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's got
And
a little extra.
And you know, the mature women
Shine.
can tell what that glow is.
Oh, we can.
Right.
I probably just had a great lunch.
We know.
A great lunch.
We
That's
know.
what we calling it. That's the. We got a cold phrase. We had a great lunch.
We had a great lunch.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm a mind the business that pays me. So make sure May 17th, you guys come out to that book signing event from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. The cafe where grown folks play. And I guess if you want to get some glow, that's what you do.
Come on.
That's what you do.
Yes.
So what we're going to actually do is get into a quick music break. And we're going to come back with our first guest, Keish the Dream, the bilingual baddie. So you guys stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Don't move. We'll be right back on the Super Businesswoman Show
Don't
here on
move.
Intellectual Radio.
Think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all?
Hello and welcome back to the Super Businesswoman Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl CEO Lexi Couture, and I am joined here with my lovely co-hosts.
Sharon Locke, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle. Well, I was waiting for our guest.
I thought.
So I'm so excited.
I'm like,
She's the bilingual baddie, so I'm so excited. I'm like, let's get her going.
And I am Miss Love Jones. Thank you for having me.
Miss Love Jones is our guest co-host today. We're loving the energy.
Yay.
It is fantastic. Sorry, y'all. I'm taking some notes. Y'all didn't see that. Y'all didn't see that. And y'all definitely didn't hear it. So we are joined here with Keish the Dream. I mispronounced her name. My apologies, y'all. Y'all didn't hear that either. Rewind it. The bilingual baddie. Welcome to the Super Businesswoman Show. How are you feeling this Saturday?
Hi, I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me.
That
I'm
is
excited.
fantastic. So you got a lot going on. We gonna get straight into it. Who is Keish the Dream, the bilingual baddie? Can you let us know and let our listeners know?
She's a baddie. So she's a model turned rapper. She's an actress. She's a comedian. Hee hee. Okay.
Not the hee.
Did she say he?
Also, I love videography. So the camera, whether I'm behind it or in front of it, I'm in love with it.
Okay. Well, it's
Like
nothing
this?
it's nothing like being in front of the camera.
In front of the camera, behind the camera. She does both.
I like in front of the camera.
Well, we
Period.
know
Behind
that,
the camera
Char.
is like, a lot of work.
Nobody was questioning that, Char. We know that already.
So yeah, she's just an entrepreneur, a modern day entrepreneur.
Okay. All right. Third person. That's great. So you do have
I was
Keish Yo Media and Dreaming in Spanish. So that's exciting. Those are two of your companies or her companies?
Yes.
Okay. All
Well.
right. I don't. I won't give you no message.
They just took me out.
I need to know. What's your sign?
Virgo.
Okay, as long as you're in a Gemini, because they be coming for us, and I'll be like, see, it don't be us, it be the other signs with all the personalities.
So
We have duality. It's a
she wa-
difference.
If she was a Gemini, I was just gonna fall
I
out
was
right
gonna run
here.
out. I was gonna be like, Wanda, take my seat. It's over. Y'all got it from here. I can't defend Geminis. Yay is making it really, really hard on me right now.
She's a Gemini.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Male Geminis are different than female Geminis. And I'm going to constantly put that statement out there. And I think that goes for all signs. But since I am a Gemini, I know that the male Geminis can be a little Kanye West.
Definitely
Little
guy
yayish.
girl.
A little
Well,
yayish.
I'll just say this: you get no objections. My father was a Gemini.
He was probably a great man. It sounds like
I'm
to me.
sure.
He's a great man.
I'm
I'm
gonna put that
sure.
out there first.
I'm sure.
I'm gonna still defend my sign. I'm gonna be
I
honest though.
Um,
So, Quish, in what ways has your content evolved since you started, and what has influenced these changes?
So my content has gone crazy since I started, honestly. So I like to be funny. I'm the one to like dance and stuff on live, and stuff like that. So that was a lot of my content, and that was a lot of the stuff that went not viral, but like had a lot of engagement. And then about 2 years ago, I deleted everything. Took my music down, deleted my Facebook and stuff. So with that, I got my phone stolen last year in January. So then I lost access to my Instagram account. So I made a new one, and it's just a few numbers from 1K. It's not even a year old yet. So I don't know. It's lit. It's kind of crazy coming back into it, but I think that a lot of my content from just Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, all that. Snapchat was really like personal. But I haven't talked to them in a while. And then, so I was able to just be myself, and I love Snapchat. But then on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, it's a different vibe. But I was able to come back into it, and now I'm still being a little funny, but people know me a lot for modeling. And now people are like, "You make music?" I'm like, "Oh, do I?" So I don't know. I'm just like doing whatever feels right now before I rebrand again and do second quarter, then third quarter.
So, was the purpose of the deletion a rebrand?
We can call it that.
Oh, I mean, we can. You call it whatever you want. If it sounds good to you, it sounds great
Call
to
it
me.
that.
It was a rebrand, and I like that you acknowledge that each platform has its own different purpose, because I think that's important for entertainers, content creators, entrepreneurs, anybody, influencers, musicians, to know that each platform has its own purpose. So you can't. I mean, you can post the same thing across all of them, but you can't expect the same type of engagement or the same type of feedback, because it's different people. Snapchat is full of young people. Your generation, the young people.
Me, I guess I'm a
Look,
young
I sound like the
people.
mature crowd. Let me stop.
We're gonna have
I
our
done
own
put
dictionary
myself in the mature crowd.
I use Snapchat. So am I
Oh,
the young?
snap.
I use Snapchat.
Say, oh, snap.
I use it for the filters. I'm be honest. It's like
Same.
if I don't want to edit my pictures and
You
go through
know,
all
it's
that, I'll
easy
put
to
makeup on.
post.
Snapchat
It
is
is
a
so
little
easy to
confusing though. When
post.
you're trying to find out like who's actually talking to you, the cartoon face, like who are you?
Who's this
Who
cartoon
is
talking
this
to me?
person
I don't
trying
have
to
time for this
inbox
Saturday
me?
morning
Going
cartoon.
crazy.
Did you say that?
So, Queesh, okay, well, you kind of already did, but maybe there's another one, because you have so many different avenues that you're on. Can you share a significant challenge you faced and how you've overcame it?
Being a female. Being a baddie.
What's a baddie?
Oh my God, I'm glad you asked. Okay.
Mhm.
So to me, a baddie is someone who knows who they are and is not afraid to be that. And I mean, for me, it's a female, but I guess like you can be a baddie if you're not a female. But for me, it's a female who has her things together, knows who she is, and isn't afraid to be herself. And does it with a little,
Little oomph on it, little
Okay.
razzle dazzle to
So
it. I
that
like
makes
it.
that makes me a baddie then.
Yes, you are a
1000%.
baddie.
Okay, so I'm a baddie.
Period.
Yes.
You knew that.
Shar unlocked the
Okay.
baddie.
Shar knew that.
We're rebranding all day
Shar
today,
knew
guys.
that. Shar's playing games.
No, because you know that the youth have
The
different
youth.
definitions.
They do.
So I needed to be clear if I was considered a baddie or a hattie or whatever.
You need to confirm.
I need to
got it.
confirm.
Period.
I don't know what a hattie is.
Period.
We're gonna skate past that one. So, Queesh, your music incorporates both English and Spanish lyrics. What inspired you to become a bilingual artist, and how do you believe this enhances your connection with a diverse audience?
I love that question. So, what inspired me to be bilingual was the YouTube views in 2018. Okay. I just noticed that a lot of the Latina community was using YouTube a lot more than the Black community. So I was like, ooh, if I get into like the music and I speak Spanish, I'm gonna get more views, and more views is more money, and I got a legacy to build. Okay, so that's what really inspired me to be bilingual. But also, I grew up in Harvard, Illinois, which was a lot of Latinos and white peoples. So I was able to take Spanish class from 6th grade. I think that's pretty young, throughout high school and in college, and still had the same teachers I had in high school. So that also influenced me, just because like I grew up there. And then I feel like it makes me that much more open to another community of people. I feel like communication is key, right? I like to talk a lot. So if I know another language, I'm able to talk a lot in that language. I want to learn American Sign Language as well, but just Spanish for now, Spanish and English. But yeah, so just growing up and me wanting to talk.
Are you gonna rap in ASL? Because we've seen that happen before at the shows, and
they're
it's pretty
so
lit.
dope.
Yeah.
One day. One day. Yes.
That's
So I'll say
amazing.
yes.
So, Quisha, what is your message in your music?
Ooh, that's crazy. So me right now as an artist, I'm coming off of my 2-year hiatus after I deleted everything. I just want to create. So whatever I feel like creating, I create. March Madness, I dropped one song each week. The first song was the first time I actually wrote a song about me going through depression. So OHFK is about that. So I really like that, because as an artist, you should be able to express yourself. And so, yeah, so that one's about depression. Another song I wrote, I'm the Brand, is about what I've done and what I'm going to do, period. So that's about me. It's about me. So I used to watch, what is the show called with T.I., Cardi B, and them? It's like a Netflix series.
That Love and Hip Hop or something?
No,
It's like for artists to...
I forgot the name of
I'm
it,
not
but I know what you're
famous.
talking
I'm
about.
so
And let our
sorry.
listeners help us out, because I know what you're talking about, though.
Basically, T.I. said that as an artist, you should be able to draw your crowd into a conversation you're having about yourself, or something about a talk. It was like two things, but one of them was just like bringing them in. The other one is like talking to them or giving them a message. So yeah. Otherwise, I want to move towards just like bringing people together, because my sister had us go to Mexico for her bachelorette party, and I just saw how music brought a lot of people together, especially in that kind of culture. So I want to be on my like Pitbull era right now. So
You definitely have your own lane, and I can appreciate that. Like, no, I seriously, she has definitely created her own lane in hip hop rap. And if you guys have not checked out her music, it's Quiche the Dream on pretty much all platforms. I had her on Apple Music, so definitely check it out, because you do have your own lane, your own sound, and I really like that. And speaking of that, do you have any musical influences that helped shape your sound and artistic vision?
oh yeah, so back to the 2018 thing. As soon as I saw Rico Nasty, I was like, I can do this.
I love Rico Nasty.
Love her.
Okay, so I probably am dating myself. Who is Rico Nasty?
Oh, Rico Nasty, she's a baddie. She's a fellow baddie.
Oh, okay. She's a fellow baddie. Okay, she's
a
in the
baddie.
club.
She's a rapper.
She's a rapper. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she makes some interesting music.
Interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if it's for your palate particularly, but if you're feeling a little batty and
She's worse than, like, is she on the lines of Cardi B or Glorilla or?
she's in her own lane.
She's
I wouldn't really even
express
compare her.
herself.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare her to probably any of those. But she's interesting. I'll
Okay.
She's
I-
herself.
there it is. There it
Okay.
is. You know who? Because she's got a song with Doja Cat, and I was like, if I could really put somebody in a like group, then that would probably be like amongst who she
I
gives
have
to
another
me.
question. Who's Doja Cat?
You know what? We're gonna move along. No, ma'am.
You heard Doja. You just
You done
don't know you
aged
heard her.
yourself. The mature crowd need to catch up.
You know Doja.
The
You just
mature
don't know you
baddies,
know
my
her.
bad.
What does Doja sing?
The mature baddies need to catch up.
You remember the challenge that was out a little bit ago?
Which one?
The
Because we're doing the Sierra challenge now. Which one?
The the silhouette.
Yeah, the one when
Yes.
they were doing the sexy
Doja Cat.
red, and
Oh,
it was like
yeah.
the silhouette. That's
Oh, okay.
uh-huh.
Okay.
That's Doja
That's
Cat.
Doja
Mm-hmm.
So it's a girl.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, so I thought Doja Cat was a boy.
Oh,
Okay.
the cat just.
Thought he was chasing.
No,
I
okay.
thought he was Doja that was chasing the cat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what
I love
chasing.
it. I like it. It's
Okay.
clever.
And there might be somebody out there with that
So
name
serious.
and with that goal.
Jesus. we gonna educate Shar today on
Shar is
everything.
being educated, and my kids are probably cringing.
They done turned us off. Now, stay tuned, guys. Don't
Right, don't
leave.
hang up.
Don't leave.
That's
Mature
okay.
crowd,
We
stay
gonna-
tuned
we
in.
gonna
No.
Keep it together.
So, how has your journey as an artist contributed to your personal growth and understanding of your own identity? Speaking of,
I love that. Like I say, I'm on my healing journey right now. So I'm trying to identify if Queesh the Dream is like my like alter ego that I go to when I want to be everything in life. So I think I'm leaning towards that. But yeah, I don't know. I just keep having this reflection of like when I was 19 and I was at 110% confidence. I was like, I can model. I don't want to do American Next Top Model because it's just not fair competition and stuff like that. So I'm just getting back to being her, whether it's Queesh the Dream, Jaquisha Monique, whoever that is. I just want to be her, be better, build my legacy. But I kind of forgot the question.
it makes sense. You're still working on your journey. So yeah, no, it makes sense. Absolutely. So speaking of model, you are a published model. Can you walk us through that experience?
Oh, just like being published?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a very spiritual. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. Everything was in alignment. So I had my isolation period, and then I went to Illinois Media School.
Hey.
Super. Yeah. Okay.
What's up?
Per.
Hello.
It was right in alignment for me because I met a photographer. One of my goals was to be published, right? And I met a photographer who literally came up to me and was like, I want to get published. I don't know if he was like, I want us, right here to get published or what he said, but it was, I want to get published. And he submitted and we got published. That same day, I don't know. You just never know who you're going to meet in Chicago and stuff like that. And I come from the burbs like every day. So it was just like, put it on. So I was feeling like jeans. I was like, let's shoot. And we made it happen. So Josh Perkins, everyone.
Josh Perkins made it happen.
Josh, we need you over
spoke
here.
it into
All right, Josh,
existence.
yeah.
So yes,
So
shout
I
out
think,
to
like,
him.
just having two people who are determined for the same goal, you're going to achieve it.
Alignment.
So,
I love that.
Absolutely.
yeah.
So what's next? Are we going to get an album? Let me also say, because you do have 17 singles that I know of on Apple Music. I'm not saying that's all you have because I'm not sure. And this is starting from February 5th, 2020, up until your recent release, March 30th, 2025. And let's also announce that you released 4 singles in March.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. What is an album in the works?
An album is crazy. I'm gonna start with an EP. I'm just coming off of my hiatus. And I wasn't a pro when I left, like when I began, and I was still learning about the whole business and everything. So me coming into my hiatus, I feel like I suck because in my hiatus, I wasn't practicing and all that good stuff. I wrote a song or two, but right now it's just about like just getting back out there and everything like that. So why do I go on tangents so much? I'm so sorry. Repeat the question one more time.
Are we gonna? So you said we're gonna get an EP first. Okay.
So you
So-
answered. You did.
Yeah.
You answered.
So like the
You're
singles and
overthinking it now,
such-
Queesh.
Okay, sorry, Virgo.
got
Big
this.
Virgo.
You
So
got this.
EP, you guys. I hope July. If I focus up, then by July we'll have a SpongeBob EP. Been working on that for
SpongeBob
like 4
EP.
years.
What's the
It's-
SpongeBob EP? I'm dating myself again, probably, but I ask questions when I don't know.
Preguntas.
So SpongeBob is my spirit animal. He is a cartoon character.
Okay.
You don't know who SpongeBob is?
I know who
Oh,
SpongeBob
okay. Because
is.
I was gonna say now
No,
we
no,
just
no.
have gone too far, Sharp.
No,
Gone too far.
that's not what I'm saying. I know who
Okay.
SpongeBob is. I
Correct.
just didn't know what a SpongeBob album. Like she's putting an
Okay.
album for children, or
Oh,
so I get it. So he's your alter spiritual.
He's my spirit animal. So
It's her spiritual sponge.
So how did you
Yeah.
find out if he was your spiritual animal?
because like honestly, I found myself, okay, so I always follow the rules. I'm like a really goody two shoes, right? And this one time I was like, I quit my job, right? I was a daycare teacher and I was like, after this, like I can be a nanny for like millionaires or something. So then I got the opportunity to actually be nanny for millionaires, right? And I'm like, okay, and I'm teaching Spanish. It was a Black family. I've never taught Spanish before, but I sold myself and got this job, right? So every morning I would wake up with that girl and I would play The Best Day Ever by SpongeBob. And it was like my first time just me being alone, my own house, my own apartment, just me, like 25, this is me. So from that, I just felt like, okay, like, so like SpongeBob is lit, right? So like it correlated with what I needed to do. We need to speak it to existence is the best day ever, for one. And for two, he's always ready to go to work.
So you're going to make me go back and watch, because I used to have to watch it when my children were younger. So now you're going to make me go back and watch SpongeBob episodes.
I mean, you should. And I like to annoy people with my happiness. Like, I'm very bubbly. I have a lot of energy. I still get sugar rushes. And I don't care. I'm going to annoy you with my with everything.
But how did you decide that SpongeBob was it? Because I'm like, where's mine?
You know what? It was probably the gap. It was probably the gap teeth. And I was like, oh, he looks like me. And then boom. But otherwise, I just loved him.
Relating to him.
The energy. The energy is there. So.
Okay. Well, I do want to speak some life into you. I want to tell you that putting out an EP, even an album, it may seem like it's a huge thing. However, you've released 4 songs in 1 month. A lot of people cannot get that done in 6 months. So as far as releasing an EP, believe in yourself. You got this. And you have the talent within you. Just speak your story. Be a goofy goober. Do whatever you need to do to get it done. But do not make yourself feel like it's something that cannot be done, because it can be done. You've proven that through March.
And you've just told us several stories where you have spoken things into existence, stepped out on faith, believed in yourself, and it happened. You manifested. So keep that same energy. Kick the doubts in the butt.
Absolutely. And all through being very transparent. And thank you for sharing about being depressed and being in a healing phase. Like, that's not an easy place for a lot of people to open up and share. So you've already written your songs and your story. And so you got this 1000%.
Thank you.
And whenever fears or doubts show up in fears, I want you to kick him in his behind and remind yourself that you've done it before, you've manifested before easily, and it's happened. And you have to talk to your fears like that.
Yeah, I used to.
So you said you was a bad, you know what?
Yes.
At 19, revert back to that, you know what?
Oh, she's coming in, bro.
That's it. That's it.
She is coming in, yo.
And something I just thought about as it relates to SpongeBob, he's underwater. He's deep, and so dive deep. Go into that space and, do what you need to do, because he's accomplishing all those things just like you can, whether you're underwater, above the water, no matter what's happening. Like, so take those lessons and keep inspiring other people, because right now there is so much heaviness in the world and we need to relate. We need to, stop the judgment and just continue to love on each other, and people will see you and hear your story and relate. And you might inspire someone else to do what they need to do. And so,
more importantly,
do that.
Keep faith and kick fear in the butt.
That's it.
Because you inspired me, but said, but then you said, I don't know, the EP. No, it's in you. Birth that thing.
That's so true.
And get you a tablet or a piece of paper. Or you guys, my kids keep all their notes on their phones. I like to write things out, because the scripture said, write your visions up on tablets and make them plain. I like to write things out. I like the physicality in that.
That's me.
And me participating. Probably old school, right?
Yep.
But do that. If you come across some fears, write a little short paragraph about what happened when you instituted your faith.
That's crazy you guys say that. Because I'm also manifesting a husband.
Come on, we on
that one. Well, come on, we gonna link up on that one, y'all.
You're gonna hold on for the love doctor. Is gonna be joining us, and maybe she can help.
Tell you guys. And then Shar, so you need to get with me. I have a platform. It's called Love, Etc. So it was delayed in launching in January, but I have the guys on the platform that I've interviewed, I've did all of the backdoor work. We're going to have one of the doctors come. He's coming in either late May or early June, but he's a psychologist. So the things that we've done, I've done the backdoor work. You're healing. You're on a journey. Mm-hmm. You have to speak it, write it, think it.
That's it.
And I did a vision board class one year, and I had a bunch of women there. Before we got there, we all fasted, and I was careful about who I picked because energy is everything. And when it aligns, that's when it takes off. When one or two agree, and when I mean energy, I mean what God said, when one or two is in the midst. So we fasted every day for, I think, 6 to 6. And then we prayed at a certain time. We set our alarms and we all prayed for the same things. More than half of those women got married that year. So my dating platform it's intentional dating. It's for people who want to be married. So you won't necessarily have, I'm getting married. I met you, I'm getting married. But you'll know that everybody on that platform has the same intentions and wants the same thing.
That's right.
So that's actually a very good place to start.
I want to just say this, I feel like a lot of people say, like, when you know, or when you meet them, whatever. Well, my thing is, when I meet them, I'd be scared. I'd be scary. And it's not like butterflies, red flags. It's just like, I just turn into a big ball of gloop and I don't know what to say. I be wanting to say left, but I say right. And I feel like it stems from like the childhood trauma because I did grow up in Harvard. So it was like every...
So where's Harvard? I thought you meant Harvey, but you said Harvard.
People love to say that. I was like, where's Harvey? It's Harvard. It's the board of Wisconsin, really. It's Illinois, though. Okay. But it's like 30 minutes from Lake Geneva.
Oh, it's a small town. Okay. Yeah, it's not Harvey.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that's what she was saying initially. Okay, so
she'd be a little bit less. She'd be a little less.
You're going through healing,
nervous.
Yeah,
so we're not going to worry about what happened in childhood because you're working on that.
I feel like, how do I just toss it out the window? Because it was like
you heal those things.
Yeah, you don't toss it out the window. You have to actually heal that, and that is important in manifesting a partner because you don't want to bring all that into a partnership. So that's something that you work on yourself. And you know what's a great way to release all of that? By releasing an album.
Music.
I'm screaming.
It's called a release for a reason.
You work on. You write it down. You work on those things. Tell yourself all the things you love about yourself first. You always build yourself up. And then always, even no matter what, you always write down your pros, the most wonderful things you tell yourself. And then you write, I need to do this. This is what I need to work on. And then you start working on it. So it's
because I know what I need to work on. I just hate fumbling these people.
You're not fumbling these people. You're going to speak this. Your husband's coming. And you say it every day when you're brushing your teeth. My husband is coming. My husband is near. God is sending me the most amazing man that's going to make me smile and meet all of my needs and wants.
I do a practice with some of my scholars. That's really awesome, or clients. And you could do one or two things or both. Stand in the mirror and look in the mirror and just literally stand and look at yourself and really just pour out, and don't give yourself a time limit. Make sure it's your private time and really just figure out what it is you're feeling. Tap into all of your senses. Tap into what you see, what you feel, what you smell. What does it feel like? What are all these things going to feel like as they come for me, like you're coming for it? And when it comes to the pouring out, I do a practice with my class, and we take a moment, and it's tough. It can be tough, but write down anything and everything that has ever hindered you, that you felt or hurt you, because the pouring out will help you heal in that space. And then you can try to tackle one thing at a time and try to feel confident in the release, because something that we do sometimes is we feel like, man, if I don't heal all at once, that means I'm not healing. That's not true. We call that the onion impact. Absolutely. And what the onion impact is like, well, I thought I healed from that, and then I thought about this and now it hurts again. Trigger. Well, the subconscious mind is really powerful. And so what you do is you greet it and you meet it and you release it again, because now you're releasing that onion one layer at a time. And the deeper the hurt, the deeper the pain, and you have to continue to release that. So give yourself some grace in that space.
We had a suicide again this week. And I've always said that it only makes the news when it's done in a public platform, but it occurs more often than it should. It occurs often.
Yeah.
And I had people, and I don't think they were intentionally being mean or intentionally saying things that made absolutely no sense, but they were blaming her. How could she do this? You got to be very messed up to do this. I've been dark before. Never had enough nerve or thought to do that, but it was certainly okay with me at points if I went to sleep and, that was all she wrote. However, it's never one thing. It's a conglomerate of things. Yeah. And the things you thought you've healed in your subconscious when you're going through comes back and you're like, yeah, I didn't get a hug at 5 when I was taking pictures. You're like, wow, you're going through all of this hard stuff and you're thinking about what happened to you at 5. So it's the subconscious. So it's extremely deep. Take your time. But what I've learned is always uplift yourself before even you dove into the healing component. Always tell yourself how wonderful you are. I brush my teeth every day and I talk to myself. I apologize for the things I let happen, for the things I missed, or things that I misaligned. When I'm brushing my teeth in the morning, that's I tell her how much I love her, because there's things that sometimes we miss. So just remember that. Always uplift yourself before you get into tackling healing, because healing can be overpowering. So you need to balance it out.
Yeah. And even when those thoughts arise, greet it and then replace it, because that's how you begin to make a habit out of the positivity overtaking the negativity.
Transmuting energy.
Right. So then when it's like, you're the dark-skinned girl that, you remember how you used to feel about yourself. I sure did. Let me greet that thought. However, I'm beautiful and I'm wonderfully and fearfully, wonderfully made.
Thank you, Mama, for reminding me that.
Yes. Come on.
I love that you guys just said that, because I don't know, whatever, it's my testimony, but I was suicidal, very depressed. Then I came out of it, couldn't find a therapist, so I kind of self-medicated. And that's where we're at. We're doing a lot better. But now I'm at the phase where I see the negative stuff and then I reverse it.
That's it.
And I've been in the mirror where it's a lot.
Yes,
and you tell yourself you're beautiful.
Yes.
I haven't done that in a while. But I remember giving myself like that advice to give to other people. When I was 19, telling myself, like, y'all need to get in the mirror and cry.
Yes. But it could be on your phone, baby.
Yes.
That part. Look at those pictures. Minister to those pictures. Tell yourself you're beautiful.
That's right. And I actually stopped using filters. Like, I don't want to mention the thing when you were talking about like the Snapchat filters and stuff. But I stopped using filters because I feel like I look better without a filter. Like, that's the part of where I'm at in my healing journey, because I used to have to use filters to feel pretty.
I love that.
You feel me?
Yeah, I love that.
I use them because I'm too lazy to fill my eyebrows in. I'm going to be real transparent. But I do want to say this. Love on that little girl. Love on that little girl inside you, that the trauma, and become the person that you needed when you were that little girl. Focus and work on that. And you're going to get through this, and you got this. And I don't want to end on such a weird note, but let the people know what's coming up, what's going on, what's new, and where they can find you.
Okay. What's coming up is a lot of swimsuit. I'm gonna dominate the swimsuit modeling industry. So that's coming up. I don't want to say exactly what I'm working on, because if 5 other people do it, I'm gonna be mad.
You don't have to share it all.
I won't do too much, but the swimsuit modeling, acting, more music, and more quiche. It's a quiche era. So
So quiche, you have to make us a promise. When you drop your EP in July, you have to tag the Super Business Women Show so that we can support.
That's right.
We want to be there when you're doing your, I just had a wonderful idea. My sons have this party, this pool thing that comes up in the summertime. You should come there and perform live at one of those songs.
And in that swimsuit.
And it's a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Come on.
I had a malfunction with my swimsuit today, y'all, but
it's hot. I saw it. I said when she came through, that's lit. Okay.
It's there. So
that's exciting. And where can our listeners find you, find your music?
So my music is everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Instagram. If you want to use it for like an Instagram reel.
Okay.
Still working with TikTok, get it situated, and just making it easier to find on YouTube and everything. So, but ask Siri, play something by Quiche the Dream. She gonna play it.
And your social media handles?
So my social media is Facebook is The Bilingual Baddie. So THEE bilingual baddie with 2 E's. Then on Instagram, it's Quiche the Dream, QUEESHTHEDREAM, one word. I also have like a Quiche the Dream fan page, which was my old page. So yeah.
Wonderful. So we definitely want to thank you for stopping by the Super Businesswomen Show. It's been an absolute pleasure to learn about you and everything that you have going on. And we definitely will be working with you again in the future. We are excited for everything that you have coming out and going on. And we definitely want to support you and continue that support. So thank you for joining us on the Super Businesswomen Show. We want to pour love and light into you and speak life into you. And we appreciate you for being here today.
Yay. Well, you definitely spoke
Absolutely.
life into me. I appreciate being here. Thank you so much. Like,
So what we're going to actually do is get into a real quick music break. And we do have another guest coming up. Like I said, I love Doctor. Y'all stay tuned. Don't you go anywhere.
Yeah,
It's the Super
guys.
Businesswomen Show on
See you in a
Intellectual
sec.
Radio. We're going to be right back. Don't move.
Hey.
Thank you. You want to stick around so we can take pictures after the show?
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub. That love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty in need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think of me and say it's an act of God's timing so I can pursue rhyming? I love you, but that love had me blinded. Face fine, but what hides behind it? Do you think of me and all them lonely nights I'm crying? Do you think of me without even trying? Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Either way, I see a brighter day. By the way, do you think of me when the radio plays all my jams, heavy rotation? And again, do you think of me when you see me in the magazines? Do you think of me and what you could have with me? Do you think of me? Of course you do. None bad as me. Do you think of me? Mic checking, say trapping. Do you think of me and realize you're the reason I'm stressing? Do you think of me? Rewind me again. Learn a lesson. Do you think of me now that I'm running the league? You guessed it. When it comes to this ink pen, some call it gifted. I call it all the above. I've been blessed from the beginning. Do you think of me? Does it hurt to see I'm forever winning? Do you think of me? Got back all the peace toxic love ever costed me. Honestly, it's sad to see you never really rock with me. Love is dead. Rest in peace. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long?
Hello and welcome back to the Super Businesswomen Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture. And we are now joined with Crystal Lewis, a savvy investor. You know, Sharon, you gonna speak? I don't know if she
Crystal
gonna
Lewis
speak.
looking awfully cute over there.
Oh, hi everybody. How you doing? Sorry.
We got the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah.
We gave each other the memo. Oh, okay.
Just
Well,
left us out of it. That's
the
cool.
energy's aligning.
Yeah,
And
there
then
you
Crystal, look, the energy's
go.
aligning.
Always
Always
That's
aligning.
right. It is. Always on that. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
something.
Isn't that something?
And see, the one time I stopped wearing green. That's cool.
You ain't got no
No, I
green
got pink
red?
on.
Lexi always have some
I
sort
got
of
a
green
little
on.
green.
That's a
On my
little.
neck.
What you got, a
that's
jade
enough.
on?
My Moldavite's green.
Motivite's green.
That's something.
Okay. That's
Yeah, it's
something.
a little bit.
Yeah, as
Little
long as
bit.
you got a little green in there.
Well, we definitely want to pass this on over to Char Unlock because we have another guest in the building. Donna Williams.
It's Sharon Locke, guys. Good afternoon. We have Donna Lewis in the building. So for those of you who don't know, I just told the guest earlier, I said I was outside and
Did you
I
just
said,
make her a Lewis?
Yeah.
I mean, Donna Williams. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
can't
thinking
just-
about,
She's trying to take over.
so listen, she is a cousin. So,
sister cousin. There we go.
so wait a minute. I didn't just replace Ryan, right? I'm like, I didn't give you a whole name. So no, it's Donna Williams. I still want to call you Lewis. What the heck's wrong? She's a cousin from another mother, right? Another aunt. So she was driving past and I said, wait, that's that little pink Bentley there. That's where's she going?
Walgreens.
Oh,
I was trying to fix my lash before I came here, but I'm like, I don't have time.
no, you had plenty of time. I just,
I just want to say, I don't think there's anything little about a Bentley, but unless is it actually like little?
no, it ain't little.
So funny.
Okay, I was just wondering.
No,
that
it
was a
ain't
big
little.
Bentley that rolled past.
That was a Bentley that ran past.
Okay, we're gonna put some respect on that Bentley.
Oh no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it in that way. I was just like, where her butt going? Like,
Char, I'm gonna give you a hard time. No, don't worry about it.
I know, right? Listen, don't give me no hard time. Not today.
Not today.
Not
All
today.
right, I'm all right. I'm give you some grace then. That's fine. I'm gonna crack a joke or two.
I know. So Donna, tell
I was
us.
gonna go live, but my phone is acting up.
Well, go live. Take your time.
No, it's like the
Trying to make
screen
it-
is not right.
I
It's
think
just
to make
it's
it
just
lighter,
not
sure.
good
So
at all. So I get going.
so Crystal's in the building. Crystal, while you're finishing that, Crystal can tell us about the being a savvy investor.
Okay. Oh, well, I was gonna try to do a little live myself right here. Let me see if I
Y'all
can-
need to get it together.
I know,
Ladies,
I need
We
to-
live everywhere else.
Okay, so here we go.
I'm looking
So-
like a highlighter, and you guys are. Come on, you
Okay.
guys. You guys are looking like cheetahs. We got to get this together.
Yeah,
All right.
we just all over the
Oh,
place,
I
Char.
have a I like that lighting better than
There you
mine.
go.
I like. Yeah, I like hers better than
Yeah.
mine too.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about what is new in real estate. And what's new in real estate are those modular homes. I went and saw some modular homes, and I mean, I was just so amazed at how they can build these homes in one day or 1 week. And at this particular place, it had it actually had the robots there for you to be able to see it. So these people at this environment, they weren't doing no pump faking, they weren't doing no game playing, they were 100% about it. Now, I did a little bit of research on the modular homes to give an idea of, I feel like if you are an investor, you have visionary capabilities. So part of being a visionary is being able to see futuristic changes before they begin so that you can be a part of the start of it. So with these modular homes, like I said, they can build them in 1 week. And what makes them so significant is that it's not human beings there, so it's no error there. So what they do is you give them the architectural drawings, the way that you want your homes built, and they put it in a system, and it's 100% used in that fashion without any human error that makes mistakes. And it's done through AI and the robots and all of that high-tech information. So I did a little bit of research on why this would be good for an investor. Now, the ROI range for that is 5% to 20%. That is annually, and that's depending on the market's condition, location, and quality of the construction and intended use, which is the rental versus the resale. Now, with these particular homes, the builders in this environment, he explained to me that he is an artist, and that when you go and you travel inside of communities that are more high end, there's not a lot of conformity there. Each house has
That's
its
correct.
own individual look that is designed, which adds more value to the environment. So he himself, who is the owner of this environment, said that he likes to build like that. So also when you have someone that has that mindset of building so that you can get a greater return on your investment, that helps as well.
He's 1000% correct about the individuality and
Mhm.
the price of the increase of the price of the homes. When you go into affluent areas,
Mhm.
you notice no homes look the same.
They don't.
I do not want cookie cutter ever. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I used to go in Highland Park a lot when I used to work with my brokers, or stockbrokers. And when I would go in their homes, each home would look different. So you would have a house that looked like it should have been on Miami Vice.
Yes.
Then you got a house that looked like it should be on someplace else really nice, but not as high end and high tech out.
So if you've ever, people that travel a lot, I noticed that it's the same kind of conformity or lack thereof in other areas. You go to Florida, you're going to have $1 million house, and then you'll have a $400,000 home, and they look totally different. It's not like what we're used to seeing here in Chicago.
Yep. So I said, wow. I was like, well, that's pretty good to have someone like that working. I always say that we work together. I don't like to say that I work for anybody, and I don't want to say that anybody works for me unless we have to get down to the nitty-gritty of something and distinguish the roles because we're battling about something. But I do feel that we're all here to work together and assist one another. So it says here that the factors that influence the ROI on the modular homes is that it's lower construction costs, as I just discussed. You don't have to worry about paying all these different people to do all these different things. It's one set price that you know what you're getting, you know how it's going to be designed, and everything else is there. The faster the build also means that it's faster for you to start generating your income.
So Dora was here last week, and she builds subdivisions. I need to reach out to her to ask her about this. Would this be something that's beneficial? Connect her to look into, since she's building subdivisions.
Yeah.
And anybody who's ever done a rehab or new construction understands the anxiety.
Right. And it takes time.
I told you, I changed my whole schedule so that I can sleep outside when they were doing a rehab. It was a gut, rehab to the nails. And when I would leave, the neighbor said they would leave. So I did something for them. I switched my schedule. I worked in the car. I slept in the car. When I had to utilize the bathroom, I went to the neighbor's house that told on them. So, yeah. So that eliminates all of that. And you said they can do this in one day?
The man said he can build it in one day.
What about the plumbing and the foundation?
Now
the electricity.
Right. Well, that is probably still where they're probably gonna put some robots together for that too. But right now, I believe that that's where the actual manpower will come in. But as far as like the foundation of the home, the build out of it, all of that is there, which makes the timing a lot easier. And then the architectural designs are sent through them versus you don't have to worry about all these different running down to get everything is already put together.
Obviously, they're not doing business in the city, because you would circumvent a lot. That would eliminate a lot
not
of
to my
red tape.
knowledge, but that is.
I can't see it happening because the bureaucracy with the architecture design, and you have to go through this, and you have to go to the Department of Planning, and you have to do this, and you have to do that.
Well, that's true, but I think anything that's taken over and that's a new wave, I think that you kind of have to get on board.
Well, girl, we're always 30 years behind here.
And then they're building right now. They're currently with the fires and everything that happened in California. They're automatically they're building out there too. So they're laying down the foundation. Now the places where they were building for these people that I went out with them with, I believe was in Kankakee, someplace far out. So, but I just think eventually everything catches on.
It will. We're just normally delayed.
Correct. Yes. So, of course, like I said, the faster the build, the more time you have to generate. The appreciation, modular homes generally appreciate the traditional homes if placed on owned land and property maintained, which that's pretty much so anything, I would think.
Yes.
However, if the home is on leased land or on mobile home park, appreciation may be minimal.
So are they still... So I don't know the protocol for Kankakee because I'm wondering about the permits, the zoning. Right. There are so many things that go into new construction. I wonder how are they dealing with that?
Well, I would probably think that that's where still like we as regular people, like humans, have to come in and get all of that stuff together. But then once you have all of that gathered together, then boom, you're just getting everything
because
built.
Different phases, the city comes out and inspects.
Right. Yeah,
so I'm like, you do this all in one day, they'll make you tear that stuff down before you can.
Well, that may be true, but if you have all your the thing with that is that you would just have to have all your ducks lined up in a row for when they come out and inspect, if piece by piece. But like you said, I don't
they
know about that
inspect when you do this, then you can go to the next phase.
Right.
And I've seen them make people take the walls down again,
Right.
and that kind of
Well,
stuff.
according to the owner, with him, he said, I mean, I don't know if he was trying to sell me, but they don't make no mistakes with the computer. He said with the way that these robots are designed, he said there's no mistakes made.
So I can appreciate his salesman. I think it's probably minimum mistakes, but there is no such thing as no mistakes. Can't be, because to be human is to be.
But these aren't humans. These
Not
are
human.
Right.
They're
These
the
are AI
robots and AI.
But they are AIs, but they're being programmed or something, by humans, or they're being told, or the
That's true.
architectural design that they submit is by human or done by human.
That's true. That is very true.
So I'm sure he has very minimum
Right.
or marginal, mistakes, but
right.
I'm sure that
It's probably some, but
don't try to sell me on 100%, sir.
Yeah, he said there are no mistakes that's made here. We
Never.
make none. And me, I'm sitting up like, wow.
No. So I'm always like,
I'm
stop.
in the twilights.
Chris was like, no mistakes ever.
No
I'm
mistakes
this
ever.
Is so cool. Thank you for having me. I was so like on cloud 10 because I felt like, because he was like, I'm like the next Apple. So I was like, wow, I'm sitting around like Apple, somebody big. What else do we have here? The rental income, they generate strong cash flow as rentals, especially in high demand, low cost housing markets. So that's the reason why the build out of them is like $140,000 to build a home.
Is that with or without the materials?
Dang, Char asking me some hard questions.
I'm sorry.
You being interviewed now, Chris.
Listen, I make the internet when I ask hard questions.
Right, that's right. But you know what? And what I like the probing questions. But honestly, I don't have an answer for that. What was your question again?
I can only imagine how I got on my mother's nerves. Because
I
I've always been inquisitive. It's always more and more, I want to totally
the
understand
inquisitive questions is what makes you go and do some homework on something you may have missed. So people, instead of getting so upset about it, they should really look at it as from a perspective of how can I learn from this? That's what I do.
And I want to learn. So the
Right.
question is that $140,000 with or without materials?
Right. Yeah. I really don't know that.
Or with or without the cost of the plans, the architect. So I would like that breakdown, because that would be something I'm extremely interested in.
So how about, let's say, like before we take it to Jadora?
To Dora.
To Dora, that we'll do the homework on that to make sure we're bringing her something.
Because
complete.
I've got some land. It's not an ideal place, but we could put a rental on it.
Okay. As long as you own it.
So yeah, but I'm tired of paying the taxes on it. So let's get it.
So
I mean, you got to clean it. You got to pay the taxes on it. You have to make sure there's a fence around it. City plays no games with stuff like that.
So it says the resale value, quality built modular homes in good areas can have strong resale values. The perception and local zoning laws can sometimes hurt resale potential, especially in rural or restrictive neighborhoods. You have land ownership. Owning the land adds significantly to the return on the investment.
Absolutely.
And the value of the home. Land also appreciates independently, which helps the ROI. So we have a sample scenario. If your building cost is $150,000, the market value after completion is $180,000, or I think that says 180. The equity gain is 30, and then the annual rent would be $18,000 per year. The expenses and taxes and maintenance would be $5,000, and the annual net income is $13,000. The return on the investment in 1 year is the equity gain plus the net income equals the total investment, which is 30 plus 13. Which is 150,000. This is a lot, which gives you 28.7% of your ROI for the initial year. So if you want more information, I can get it for you at another time.
Well, that's something we're going to delve into.
Gonna need that in a post or something. Put the numbers in.
Yeah, we're going to delve into that.
Give it to us. So
I want the ins and out about that, because I can, rather than me trying to unload it, nobody wants the land. pay taxes and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and then maybe with that particular modular home, if you build it there, that might start the flow of
Well,
them
in my
other.
mind, I'm like, well, I'll go
Mhm.
to the alderman. If I have this land and I have this land, then maybe they'll be apt to, if I'm going to put homes on them. So let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see.
So that's what I'm here for. I'm always here to give out something hopefully new and provocative, and something that can help and make life a lot easier for us investors out there in this land of real estate. So that's about it for me today. Does anyone have any more questions?
No, we don't have any.
That
more
was exciting,
questions.
though.
That was a
Yeah.
lot of information that I can't wait.
Yeah, I was on cloud 10 when I went inside that place.
You told me
Yes,
you was excited.
I was like super excited because I mean, who doesn't like to be around futuristic things?
That's right.
It makes you it puts you on a different playing field. It makes you feel good. Then you want to go out and invent even more. So
That's right.
mhm.
We're thinking our wheels are turning about money. So it did exactly that.
There you go. So that's it, guys. Everybody else have a great day today. And I just can't wait to hear about the Leveled Up University, because here we go again. We're leveling up some
We're
more.
leveling up, guys. We got notepads.
Do we have to take notes? She's gonna fix our love life today, I thought.
Well, actually, listen, she's going to do a bunch of stuff. But listen, can fit in the car. You can replace this. It's pink at any time. It's pink. And I don't have to carry this big bulky thing around. I carry it everywhere I go. So yeah, this is my new notepad, Donna.
Oh, it's nice right in there.
Business cards over here.
Yeah.
or
So I have stickers, little stickers that I
little
have to
stickers?
do. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll
For
be
your
putting
questions.
like what I have to do today. So I'll stick a sticker.
Okay.
If you flipped over, it's a bunch of stickers in here somewhere. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I always have to bear gifts, ladies. I love giving gifts and flowers. So that's
oh,
what
I
do.
love that.
That's what I do.
Do you have an extra one with you?
I do.
So I'm going to dinner with my friend. So I'm going to give it to her. Hopefully she's not watching.
Wow.
Re-gifting again.
Wow.
No, just play. No,
She's
you
going to
asked
know.
about it.
It's
You
Shatira. She's going to know.
Oh, tell my girl. That's my
She's
girl.
going to know.
That's
She's
my
going to
girl.
know. Yeah. I'll probably, yeah. She's going to know. when
I would say
see it.
hopefully she is watching.
Yeah. Hey, boo.
No, they're out. She's probably not
Okay,
watching.
okay. All right.
She's not watching. So Donna, tell us about Leveled Up University. When did it start? Why did it start? And what's going on since it started?
Wow. A lot. Is this on?
Yeah, it's on. We can
Okay,
hear you.
Okay. So Level Up started during the pandemic. COVID-19. We know we were all in the house and, couldn't go certain places, couldn't do certain things. And, a lot of people were going through tragedy situations. And I just felt like something needs to happen, some sunshine, something needs to happen to renew all things. And that's when I came up with Level Up. Like, use this time not to mourn, not to, grieve. And we did that as well. But I needed to bring some sunshine into the situation. And I said, let's use this time to level up. And so that's where I came up with the name, to say we can use this time to get better financially, spiritually, physically, whatever it is that you want to do, then you can use this time to do that. So I reached out to gurus that I know, because I love people that's out here doing their thing. Never been a hater, always a congratulator,
And a
and
collaborator.
and a collaborator. That's number one. And so I reached out to those gurus and I'm like, hey, I'm starting this organization called Leveled Up University, and I would like for you to come out as a guru and speak to them about what it is that you do, so they can prepare themselves when the door is open. Here we go, or they can study during this time or prepare for this time. And I just wanted to see everybody just be happy and just succeed in whatever it is that they wanted to do. So I just used my resources and called people in. And my first event was Mind Over Money, because I'm a big advocate for mental health. So
Me too.
I flew in Drew Sidora from Housewives of Atlanta. And at the time, I didn't know what was going on with her family or whatever, but I know God put
us together for that event. And her sister actually was going through some things.
Allison.
And yes, Allison, and she's Drew is a great supporter and promoter of mental health. So it was just great to do that event with her. And then after that, I started the Guru Brunch, the Guru Award Brunch, where I start awarding these gurus along with Sonia Welch Lightford. She is a tax guru, a credit guru. She's just a one woman shop, one stop shop. Let me get that right. So yeah, we got together and we wanted to honor gurus who use their platform to help other people, because in this world, your purpose has to be bigger than yourself. And I always say, if your purpose is just about you, then you might want to reevaluate your selection when it comes to purpose. So it's all about giving back. And then I had the Bling Brunch with Spoiled Wives Club. Shout out to Alicia Minks. She has this beautiful event space called Celebration. And it's in Joliet. So we got together and did the Bling Brunch. Then I got notes, guys, because I have so many different things that I've done. And me and my husband, we actually just got together and we hosted at the Love and Business Ball, which was a fabulous. It was on event. It was on Valentine's
right before
Day.
Valentine's Day, right?
And it was actually a snowstorm. And I said, man, people they probably not gonna come. They bought tickets, but they not gonna come. But when I tell you that everybody came out, showed love, everybody collaborated, networked, people were able to get up and talk about their business, level up, also donate and sponsor. We're active in the community. I just started the Guru of the Week, the business of the week, where I highlight, entrepreneurs and their businesses and just put it out there, because we're stronger together. And I totally believe in that, and I live by it. And I've always been that type of person that if I have it, I was willing to share it with my friends. And so now I have this platform, and even people that I don't know, I go walk in their establishment and we just hug on each other and love on each other, because they know it's nothing but love. And when you can do that, I know and feel good about it, and you don't ask for anything in return, you know that this is your purpose. And I could go on and on about the ladies lives that has touched mine during this time. And I'm sure I have touched some people in some kind of way. And that's what life is all about for me. It's love.
So sweet. That's so sweet.
So I always tell people that everything's about perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of getting mad, being upset, complaining about COVID, you turn things around. But that's the circle that you're a part of.
Yeah.
And I'm a part of the circle, but not in that circle. So we have the same friends.
We have actually 347 mutual friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were bound to meet, right? This
Absolutely.
situation was bound to happen.
And some of my closest friends, the ones I consider family, you adore.
Yes.
So it was bound to happen.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So what's your next upcoming event with Leveled Up University?
So basically what I just started was Level Up University Foundation. So I'm about to hit the streets. Level Up is going to just be out there in the community. I definitely starting at my grammar school on the west side. I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Hey.
Even though a lot of people don't know that, but I've been trying to push it out there a little bit more, just representing. Even though I'm Chicago's bestie, I got to represent for my west side all the time. So
the west siders I know are beautiful people.
Yes.
They're beautiful people.
Thank you.
Tadora was here last week. She's a west sider.
Yes, I know Tadora as well.
Yeah, we all have this. She and I have the same close friends.
Yes. So, so I'm going to go to these schools and start, talking to these young ladies about just etiquettes, personal etiquette, social dining,
So what was
All of
so
that.
I was telling them I took a
Manners.
class and I can't think
Mhm.
of it now. It was called something different. It wasn't called,
cotillion. That's what I was driving trying to think. Was that what you're
so
talking about?
no, it wasn't. It was a class that I took probably from I was 4 till I was about 17. It taught us the walk, the talk.
And that's exactly what Level Up is about.
Yeah,
to
it taught
do.
us
Yeah.
how to sit in the chair, cross our
Yes.
legs. I mean, it just reinforced because my mother's a lady.
Yes.
It just reinforced. It reinforced what a woman should look like.
Yes.
It reinforced um, dining. It reinforced when we used to have the teas,
Posture.
posture,
Femininity.
Femininity.
how to take photographs as a little girl,
Mhm.
how to do the model's T, how to walk, how just it
How
covered.
to be very classy and very demure.
So I know my mommy's not listening because she
Yeah.
would be chiming in
Mhm.
because it wasn't called etiquette. It was called I forgot what it was.
Grace.
It had a different name. I'm going to say it next week because as soon as I go off the phone, I'm going to say, A, you weren't listening. And if you were listening, you could have gave me the answer.
So it wasn't in school. This was like an extracurricular.
Oh, this was like an
outside of thing. Okay.
extracurricular thing. And it was really a big deal back then. It was really, it was like grace. It was teaching us all those things. Like you couldn't come in gym shoes.
No.
You couldn't come in jeans. It was always grace and class. It's just a simple name.
Which is
and
what
I can't
we
think of-
need. People are missing that.
Yeah, we truly are.
They are missing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start from 6th grade, 8th grade. I want to capture the young ladies before they even enter high school.
Girl, they something else at 6th grade. You may have
Well,
to go
I
back to
understand.
3rd.
Yeah.
Kindergarten. Starting
Yes,
young.
yes, they start
Kindergarten.
6th
Yeah.
grade. They doing
I
things
just-
that
I
we
just
shouldn't be
want-
thinking about.
Yeah. I think I just want to. I think at 6th grade, you're either gonna go left or you're gonna go right around that time. You know, because I've met some people in my life around 6th, 7th grade that I'm still friends with today.
Me too.
And actually, I'm meeting them right after I leave here. And but we're still friends. And they will tell me, Donna, when I met you, I was at a place in my life where I could have went left and I could have went, right. But because I found a friend in you and you were going right, I'm like, let's go right. So around that time, about the time when they get to high school, it's pretty much they kind of know who they
now
are.
them little kids now. So when I was in 2nd grade, or was it
Mhm.
1st grade? It was 1st grade. I met a teacher named Linda Mitt. And she was the only one outside of my mother that was bad, that wore heels. She drove a slick red sports car.
Yeah.
She came to work every day in either a suit or, some kind of nice shirt and a skirt. She just looked amazing every day. Her nails were always done. She drank Diet Pepsi every day.
So she was the epitome of womanhood.
Yes.
She was the epitome. And it was the only other woman that I've seen like that every day because that was my mother every day.
Mhm.
My mother used to believe that gym shoes were for men and would call women gym shoe creepers. So she did. She called us. She was saying, "You're not putting on them gym shoes. You're not going to be a gym shoe creeper." However, because I saw that in 2nd grade, I always knew that I knew that I was getting ready to be that dynamic. I knew she reinforced what I saw in my mother.
Yeah.
So by 6th grade, girl, I was wearing heels and little suits and mimicking my mother. With the little,
Yeah.
you remember the little
That's-
crossbody Gucci's and that kind of
Mhm,
stuff.
mhm. Well, it starts around 6th grade. That's when you're packing up those extra clothes in your school bag, and you're trying to put on a little eyeliner, a little lip gloss, a little that looks like lipstick. And so I'm trying to catch them when they around that
when
time.
they're tottering over.
Yes, when they really don't know who they are and who they want to be.
Well,
They have some kind of sense of it. And then not only just working on the outer, the heels, the posture and all that, but just, saying no to drugs. I remember back in the day
Yes,
when
yes,
we were
yes.
in
it was
school,
despicable. I used to
they
look
was like,
down
this
on
is your
people.
brain. This is your brain.
It was
on
called
drugs.
charm
You
school.
know, and we had Officer Friendly that came to the school, and it's certain things that I'm sure it's still things that goes on in school because I speak at schools. My husband goes to school and speaks as well, so I know it's different things. But because prayer
Mhm.
has left
Yes.
a lot of schools,
Yes.
and then a lot of after school programs and now the internet is taking over our kids and these video games and different things like
The
that.
twerking and everything
Right,
else.
right. So I think around that age, 6, 8, if you can kind of steer them.
I think it's going to be an
way.
amazing thing. You want to know why?
Yeah.
They're going to look at you. They're going to see the class. They're going to see the poise. They're going to see the grace. And the ones that are going to get it, that want to go right, they're going to say, like I did in the first grade.
Yeah, adore
That's
you.
who I'm going to be.
Right. That's how I was with people I adored.
And I had
They're
that
gonna
too.
adore you.
I met people in my life, and my mom was actually one. My mom worked at the grammar school that I went to, and she would walk in the classroom, and you know, back in the day that Friday was out, and they like, ooh, Miss Parker. She was Miss Parker, Miss Parker. And I used to be like, oh Lord.
We called my mother Miss Parker when she used to clean the yard. I'm like,
Miss Parker. So I would hear that, like, oh my God, your mom is so beautiful,
right?
You know, and your mom is so, you know, she was educated, she was beautiful. So I was raised with my mom like that. And then I had other, you know, my stepmom, you know, my grandmother, those people in my life that just showed me love. And because I got so much love at home, I was able to extend love and give love. And I think that right now I just still have that, and I carry that with me every day.
That's
Can
amazing.
I add something?
Absolutely.
Because Donna, I thought about what you were saying, and it's interesting because I actually thought about that earlier today. Is that for me personally, a lot of the things that I learned about being feminine or being a woman, I actually learned on my own. And then I learned from television, or I learned from other examples, because I grew up in foster care and I grew up neglected. So your program and your projection in this plan is excellent for the little girls who don't have that mother or that aunt or that grandmother. You know, I have those days where I'm like, God, I wonder what it'd be like to have a grandma. Like, you know,
Right.
But yeah, I think that's extremely important to help empower our youth and have our little girls not have to figure it out on their own. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely behind that. I
that's
think it's
amazing.
amazing.
I
Yeah.
also had a Barbie brunch as well, and it was all about collaboration and uplifting each other, and having women from different industries and coming together and saying, hey, how can we work together? So that was another event. I had like last year alone, I had like 8
Let's see.
different.
You had the Guru Award. You had
Two.
two. You had 2 Guru Awards. You had the Mind Over Money Conference. You had the Bling Brunch. You had the Love and Legacy, the Love Business Ball. You had the you hosted the Lupus Fashion Show
With Sharita Joe. She is the founder of Loopy Girl Outreach. So got together with her. I think I did it twice. I supported one year, and then I walked another year.
So you're super busy, super busy.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
So that's the Love Girl. Yes, I am certified as a relationship and dating coach. So, of course, I'm all about love, right? So, of course, that is definitely something I had to go get my certification in. And my background is in psychology. So, it was no brainer. You know, I once was married for years, and I found myself in a divorce, and took the time to just level up my life. You know, I was already level up, don't get me wrong, but I leveled up even more.
No, there's some healing after divorce.
It's some healing, but I'm saying
revamp yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of jumping into another thing,
No,
I took the time.
That's
I didn't
right.
date for 4 years after I got divorced. I got into becoming certified. I did some other stuff. Went to school, got a couple degrees. Yes, that's what I did. Bought some property, did some other stuff.
Got that dream car I wanted.
Baby.
Did all that.
Baby.
And but I never gave up on love. And I never gave up on the sense of I'm gonna get what I deserve. When it comes to I'm not gonna let one situation out, you know, take my happily ever end, you know, my happy ever after. It wasn't gonna happen.
What people have to understand is that everything. I was just talking to a girlfriend before I left. She was doing my facial before I came here. And what we have to understand is we make choices, and sometimes they're not always the best choices. And she was saying that she appreciated me for always being there and never judging her. And I was telling her the matters of the heart is very complex.
It really is.
Very complex.
And the Bible tells you that the heart is deceitful. So who am I to judge when he's already laid out the map to tell us that the heart is deceitful? So I'm just there to support and encourage. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I have a loved one in the fight. So I just love them through the process,
Mhm.
whatever that looks like for them.
That's right.
So that's where I am as
Oh,
far as, and that's what
yes.
birthed out of. I was born to teenage parents, right?
Me
So for me, my mom went away to college and I was in a house with my grandmother and my
Mhm.
cousins who were like
Mhm.
my siblings. But not having your mom there is always a misfire or you don't get enough love because my grandmother was taking care of all of us.
Right.
But their mom was present.
Mhm.
My mom was just, away. She so I eventually went to live with her, but during my formative years, there wasn't the love that she gave me. Like when she's there, she's picking me up, I'm kissing me in the mirror for an
Mhm.
hour. We're talking about how wonderful I am. She's pouring into me. So there were things that I missed
Mhm.
not having her there. So I decided that it was no mistake that I was there because I got to know God really well. My grandmother
Yeah.
was very adamant about us being in church. Love conquers all.
It does.
Love solves can solve all the world's problems. I don't care what anybody says. Love does it. Money does it through love, but everything starts and ends with love. So that's one of the reasons why I want. And then I became to realize that men want love and to be appreciated,
Yes, they
and
do.
they want to be married just
Yes,
as
they do.
much
And
as we
that's
do.
exactly what I talk when I talk to, because I definitely coach men as well.
Yeah.
And you will be surprised.
No.
You
And
will be surprised, not you, but you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
People.
You will be surprised of the men that long for
They do.
that queen.
They
They
do.
long for it.
How could they not though? When you
But
think about it, How
but
could
they
not
don't
long
go
for it?
around saying it.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly.
But when you're talking to them one-on-one, and I work in a male dominated field with a variety of backgrounds, and I talk to them every day. I'm talking to different ones because of the capacity and where I work.
Yeah.
And they're telling me the same thing. They have the same gripes, the same groans, the
Mhm.
same desires
Mhm.
that we do.
Yeah.
They just never.
So what do
But
you
the
think the
common
issue
thing,
is? That's what
the common thing is fear.
Yes.
The common thing is fear of being hurt.
Mhm.
Because love is a chance, right?
It's vulnerability.
Right. It's risky, but isn't everything in life,
Thank you.
right? Even if you birth a child, it's
risky.
It's risky, right? So whatever, and then also past hurts, whether it was your parents that you saw, people around you, relationships that you had faith in and they didn't
So-
pan out, your own personal
Trauma.
traumas, So, but we all want love. Nobody, if you watch any show that's #1 rating, what is it about? It's about
Love.
love.
Surrounded by some type of love.
We
Also-
all want it. It's just we just sometimes fear.
Men that have been hurt can take a little more time healing than women
Yes.
because they don't want to, whether it be it a divorce
Mhm.
or failed relationship, or especially successful men, or men that have issues with their children through women.
Mhm.
They don't want, those are the ones that are extremely apprehensive about proceeding. It's almost like, they're giving up their freedom or something.
Yeah. So it's different reasons.
Would it be getting to so for instance, what you're saying, that they have so much going on and they're dealing with all this stuff that they dealt with from the other women in their lives and things like that. Would you say that it's more or less kind of getting to the root cause of what's even bringing all that about for you? Because to me, you're putting the way that we're looked at as having a gallivant of different men. If we do something like that, which they consider us what they consider us, it's the same thing to me as a man that has all those bodies on him too.
We have to look at it like this
doing
too.
It for the wrong reason.
I did a whole little survey. I said for this next 4 months, everybody that walked in here, I'm gonna ask them these questions.
Mhm.
I put 2 women side by side with the same credentials, almost as far as looks, with the same physicalities.
Yeah.
One they were the same age. One made 6 figures, was extremely assertive, had 2 children, and had been divorced. The other young lady, same age, I think it was 36. I made them 36. She was 36. She had 2 children. She worked at like a retail store.
Okay.
And she made $31,000 a year. And she was extremely humble.
Yes.
Do you know, so far the other day I had did 493 men. Do you know only 33 of those men picked the six-figure woman? So what I'm learning is they don't want to have to wrestle with personality. They don't even want to have to wrestle with our baggage. They don't want to have to wrestle with attitudes. They would rather work two jobs because I had
Or
that
three.
or three jobs
Mhm.
and take care of this woman that made $30,000 because she was easier to deal with emotionally. So they viewed it than this woman who made seven figures who was considered assertive. That taught me something. I need to tone that attitude down.
Do you agree with that, Donna? That's about how it has to
I
work.
definitely
Success can't
I
control it.
definitely agree that and rightfully so. We women as entrepreneurs, sometimes single moms. I know at one point in my life I was a single mom, and so we wear many hats. So that does give us some kind of
Because you don't have a
like,
choice to turn
I
it
don't
off.
have to turn right. And so I had to get to the point in my life to say, you know what? Let me get back to my softness. Let me get back. And I wasn't like like fussy or anything like that. But it's just like, I take care of this. I do that.
Unyield.
So right. And then you get on the phone with a gentleman and you want to talk 15 hours about your career and how many degrees you have and this and that. And I came to the table with all of that.
Yes.
I owned a building.
Right.
I been in my career for years. I'm corporate, very successful. But I did not lead with that. I led with love. I led with, hey, what are we going to do together? I led with, being your friend, your confidant, someone you could come and it was a soft spot to lay. So I came with all of that, not a
Rah.
and if you don't, then I'll get something.
So you think that the successful woman needs to get more back into her femininity and her softness?
Yes, touching that, tap into that.
Yeah.
I was talking to my girlfriend a few weeks ago, Janine. And Janine is the epitome. She's been a mom. She's, an author. She's extremely successful. And we were talking about people not being married and specifically me. And she said, I'm going to send you this clip. And it's basically even the words you choose. I had told you I had that conversation with my sister. Even the words. It doesn't have to be mean words, but words that I speak to him going forth, that I am intentionally going forth with, are different words than I would say to someone else. And it could be just as simple as, no, not right now. I'm not going to say no, not right. No, not right now to him. I'm going to say, hey, oh, babe, is it possible that we can do this at a different time? And this is why. So it's just choosing different, your language, being more feminine.
And not being and not reacting to everything. Everything does not, cause for you to have something to say and back and forth. But what I notice is the men that I coach, I have a list of questions that I ask even before we meet. And the men are more receptive of what I'm about to say and what I, recommend for them. But women, and I'm sorry, ladies, I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girl.
It's the truth.
But it's like, well, Donna, I don't want this, and they better do this, and you know what man is, and man. Well, if you have all the answers,
why are you here?
Right? How can I help you? How can I coach you if you have all the answers? So it's kind of hard, and so I kind of say, okay, let's start here. Because I noticed you were telling me what I need to do and what this is what you're not gonna go for. This. Let me. Help
what I tell what I tell these women, because when they start there, they start telling me men are super much more coachable, much more, and they're much more transparent about what they want, their desires, and they're serious about it. Women will hold on to the vulnerabilities and not, you can see them. You could see when you're talking to them. They'll hold on and they'll tell you what they're not going to do, but they'll tell you their resume first. I do this. I got this. I'm doing this. And I'm thinking, yeah, honey, I just said this to somebody. I told you that the other day. There are a lot of pretty women out here that are educated, that have nice bodies, that are attractive, or that own property, or that has an amazing career. There are a lot of us out here. What separates you
Mhm.
from the rest? And then I told her, I said, babe, I had to, I said, his options are now 30 to 60. That's what he can, that's where he can date, 30 to 60.
But the thing is, Shar, that I've learned that they might have 30 to 60, but the thing is, a lot of women they have a manly kind of exterior,
Mhm.
And so it's not a lot of, you could be dialed up, you can have a bodied up,
Mhm.
you can have your hair and your
Mhm.
makeup and sit just as pretty, but that doesn't mean when you open your mouth,
That's
it's
come
the
out as
same.
pretty.
But that's
It's
exactly
not
what
as
I was
pretty.
saying to her.
So they might have the bodies and all that, but then it's certain things that men say, you know what, you can have a body and all that, but
That mouth.
this can't happen.
So did you hear that they chose the woman that worked at a retail
Mhm,
store that I think I made her
I'm
make
not
$31,000? But
Mhm.
I only said that to the young lady because she gave me an earful
Of who she
about
was.
who she was,
Mhm.
what she was doing, what she wasn't taking.
Yeah.
Well, then what are you talking to me for? Because what you've been doing has not been working. Then I had to bring her back to balance. There's a lot of us out here.
Lots.
So and his spectrum is a lot. You told me that you wanted to go 7 years. That's your spectrum. Those are your guidelines. Well, he can date from 30 to 60 and still not be considered a creep. So come on now. Let's open up the doors here and be truthful. But women are always, and I love ladies, and
Yeah.
and they've earned those credentials,
They have.
but we just have to operate when we're dealing with a man from a softer place.
I'll say for me, I don't think my heart is hardened. I don't think so towards. Well,
Crystal,
I don't know. Okay.
you just don't. She's not giving anything a lot of anything. She is not tolerating. She doesn't have a lot of energy for it.
I think that when you're in past relationships and with relationships, if it ends, yes, there's some hurt there, but it's holding on to that hurt. And also, just being able to let it go. I always said to myself, do not be bitter, ever.
That's what I was gonna
Ever.
say. I don't think I'm bitter.
No, I don't see that in you. But do not be bitter because you have to take the good with the bad. Just like there's sunlight, there's darkness, and they pretty much live together at some times in your life.
So everybody loves God. Well,
Mhm.
everybody. I love
Mhm.
God. Everybody should love God. And God would never put me in a position or allow me, even when I put myself in a position, not to learn something. It's
Learn.
always for my good.
That's right.
What the enemy intends for bad, God always turn around and make good for me.
Mhm.
So if I trust God, I trust the process that I'm in.
That's
When
right.
I was talking to someone yesterday through text, and I was breaking down everything that's happened since January, and he said, "Oh my God." And I was like, no, it wasn't, oh my God. He put me there for a reason. I'm better for it.
Better for it.
So I didn't like what I was going through. And I didn't even think of it as being bad until I read it.
Mhm.
When he,
Mhm.
started pouring out prayers to me, I'm like, no, I'm over it. I'm through it. That part's over. However, if we start looking at life that way, one thing's not going to deter my destiny.
Mhm.
I'm on this journey and I'm here for a reason. Even if I put myself
Mhm.
there, God knows the plan
Look
anyway.
what you're doing right now.
Yes.
You do it. You okay?
Exactly.
You out here spreading word. Okay. So it's just like what the devil meant for bad, God will always turn around
Always.
and make it for your good. And that's how you take it. You take the bitter with the sweet. All things wasn't bad, right?
No.
In relationships, it had to be happy. So you take those happy things.
There's
got
a
a
lesson.
And move around. No,
There's a
just
lesson.
let-
Right.
Do you think that, because this is one of my girlfriends, she's always like, oh no, absolutely, we are not supposed to call these men, they're supposed to call you. Do you think that's why I told you that, but I'm asking seriously,
You got to pour back into people
You
too.
have to pour.
You
Yeah.
have to. That's one of their things. They don't want to play these games that we play. They want to meet somebody authentic like we do. They
Yeah.
want us to soar and pour back into them. They want what we want. So if you like him, why are we playing that game?
Yeah.
If I like him, if I'm intentional about dating somebody, if I want to call him, I'm gonna call him. If I want to send him a text, I'm gonna send him a text. The energy you're putting out there, you get back. You're manifesting what you put out there. So if you ain't calling somebody, you're not pouring into someone, you're not giving them energy. why would they give you energy? How could that manifest into anything other than
Nothing.
yeah?
Because now you're like, well, she ain't calling me. I ain't calling.
He gonna
And
go
then
with the
you
woman
saying,
that's giving
I
it.
ain't calling him. He don't call me.
He's
So
gonna
it's-
go with the chick for the $31,000 that's gonna give him some energy, that's gonna call him and say, hey baby, how was your day? You need anything?
That's
He's
why
gonna
I
go
need
with that.
school. I need the leveled up university, and I need
the
sharp.
love girl.
yeah.
We need to connect. What we doing, Donna?
I'm about this love life. Okay. Whether it's pouring into these kids, pouring into entrepreneurs, pouring into my girls, pouring into this love life. Like, I'm into love. I am Chicago's bestie. Connect with me. Listen.
Tell them how
ready
they
for
can
it.
connect with you.
So on Facebook, my name is Donna Williams. It's just my name, Donna Williams. And then Instagram is Leveled Up University, TikTok, Leveled Up University, and the website is www.leveledupuniversity.biz.
So you can find Donna Williams on all social media platforms. We're going to tag her on our Super Business Women show page. We're going to take a very short break and come back and share with you our closeout information.
So stay tuned on the Super Business Women Show. We will be right back. Don't go nowhere.
That was good.
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and wanna apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me since I'm so far? Would you even speak to me if I should call? Sometimes it's hard to sleep. Staring at the stars when I dream, I blink, and damn, there you are. Do you think of me and wish we could have worked things out one way or another? At least we should have stayed friends. Now so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub that love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty you need? Do you think of me? Do you still see me as a queen out here doing my thing? Do you think?
Hello and welcome back to the Super Business Women Show here on Intellectual Radio. It's your girl CEO Lexi Couture, and we about to wrap up. So let's pass this on down. Can we get a motivational word from our guest co-host, Miss Love Jones, real quick? What you got for our people?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me today. It was amazing sitting and listening to all the love being poured out. And I 100% agree. Love is a superpower. And if we each embrace the superpower that we have of love, we can literally combat anything and neutralize whatever situation that is coming for us. We have to continue to keep our eyes lifted above with all that's happening in the political space, in your personal lives, everything that we have going on in the schools, and just even if you look outside your windows in the community. So I 100% am in agreement with all this love, all this adoration, and making sure that we take the time to start with ourselves. A lot of times we expect something from other people that we have yet to give to ourselves. And that's part of the reason we're running into the issues that we're running into. And so if we take the moment to pour into ourselves, to love on ourselves, then we can create the expectancies that we have for other people, because they will see how we're loving ourselves and say, you know what, she's respecting herself or himself. And though that is the way that I want to treat that person, because they're treating themselves like that. So 100%, I am a believer in love. My business is the Love Jones Alliance. So I am in agreement, and we are like a 3, 4, 5 strand cord over here, just
That
all
part.
looping around together with God right there in the center. And we are going to spread this love. If it's one person at a time, each one teach one. And as long as we're doing our part, then guess what? We're doing those things represented IntellectualRadio.com, getting down today. So that's me, Shartia Love Jones, and that's my share, my love, my spiel, my everything. I believe in love in our way into happiness.
Now let the people know where they can find you now. Don't
Hey, y'all. Hey,
don't run
y'all.
off too quick.
Y'all can find me on Facebook, Shartia Jones. That's SHARTIA Jones. So Love Jones is fitting. Shartia_Love Jones IG, and overstandingthegame.com if you're looking for my website. And you can find me around the beautiful ladies of this show, of course. and tuning in as usual. So thank you so much.
Okay, well, hi everybody.
I love Crystal.
Thanks for coming and tuning in today. Today was a great show. I 100% agree that love does conquer everything, even with my children. You know, it all boils down to they just want to feel loved. They want to feel respected. They want to feel heard. So that's something that's very, very important. She gave us a great take on that. So I don't even have to
Hard
dive
act to
into that.
follow.
Yeah, that's a hard act to follow right there. But I will let you follow me on social media as Crystal Lewis on Facebook. And for those that are on my Instagram, I'm Bella_Crystal72. You can also find me at info@powercircleinvestments.com for real estate. My book is on there that teaches you about investing. And today was a great show. And I need to stop saying So thanks, guys.
It's Charlotte, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle. We had an amazing show today, and it's segmented. Love was the segment. Love, even for our first guest, it was all about love. And if you lead with love and everything you do, it all works out for the betterment of God. I can be found on all social media platforms under Char Lewis. I can be reached at 312-937-6227. Crystal and I have an upcoming, I was scheduling it for next weekend. However, I just realized it was Easter. So I dare not impose or try to solicit or have people away from their families during the time we're supposed to be celebrating the birth of Christ. So it will be the following weekend. And it's called Brokers and Bullets. 844-426-6232. I'm still holding the price at the price that I promised. So it's only $99 for the conceal and carry class, 16 hours. I can also be reached at thecharlewis@gmail.com.
Upcoming classes?
Upcoming classes. Conceal and carry classes. That was the Brokers and the Bullets.
Okay. So the event is, it's all, okay.
Yeah, it's
I got
all
you.
together.
All right, my bad.
So it's Brokers and Bullets. And we're doing it for all professional people. We wanted to empower the real estate brokers because they're in and out of open homes. They're looking at investment property all days and, times of the evening.
Not
Okay.
pulled out the fan.
Crystal then pulled out boots on the ground.
Did she whip it like they supposed, like you supposed to?
I wish I could.
Oh,
Crystal then pulled out boots on the
should have
ground.
threw me off. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Shar.
Yeah, my girlfriend's going to do boots on the ground today in Texas.
Oh, okay. So, again, we're having the class Brokers and Bullets. So it's basically for all professionals can participate.
Oh, okay. Well, that's wonderful. Well, you guys know it's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture. I can be found on Facebook at Alexis Arce and all social media at CEO Lexi Couture. And my website's www.couturemusicmgmt.com. If you need any marketing, graphic design, music management, anything like that, you can meet me there. And I also do want to let everyone know that you can go over to the Orchestration Institute, get in contact with Ejila Beats. He's giving out tickets to the White Sox game. So anyone that's into baseball or just wants to have an experience with some free baseball, contact Ejila Beats over there at the Orchestration Institute and get your free tickets. Other than that, we had a fantastic show. Wonderful show.
I would agree.
Big salute to both of our guests. I think they were very inspiring. Donna Williams with Leveled Up University, as well as our bilingual baddie, Quish the Dream.
Yes.
We're so excited to learn more and work more with both of our guests. And we will actually see you guys next Saturday. We'll be joined with Marcus Shepard of the Chicago Federation of Labor. And I think we have another guest, but we're going to hold on before we tell you about that. So thank you for tuning in to the Super Business Women Show. Did you have something else, Shar?
I do not.
Okay.
Just have an amazing and safe week.
I would like to say this. Come on to the show. We're doing complimentary guests to come on and talk about their business. So all of you business people on here, come and get it.
She said, come and get it.
No,
reach out to
seriously.
us. Email at the Super Business email at superbusinesswomen.com, and that will be posted on the YouTube. It's on all our social medias. Follow our social media at the Super Business Women Show. We'll be back next week, Saturday, 3 p.m. You meet us here, beat us here, Intellectual Radio. We want to thank you for tuning in. subscribe, follow. I don't know, whatever else you got to do. Just, you know,
We
we appreciate our
All the
supporters and our
things.
listeners. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank
See
you
you
for
next week.
tuning in. I totally appreciate you guys, and I don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Hi, Rhea. Hey, cousin Mac Trill. I just talked about you too.
Do you think of me when you hear love breakup songs? Do you think of me and want to apologize for your wrongs? Do you think of me and realize after all this long? Do you think of me? Now it's gone, now it's gone. Do you think of me when you hear love breakup